Hello everybody, this is Daniel bringing you guys in a walkthrough of Packet Tracer Lab. This week we're going to be going over configuring trunks, which is the one after the last one. I don't know what the last one is and I feel too lazy to check, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. It asks us to display current VLANs, and I already did that before. We do show VLAN brief command. That gives us information about the VLAN.dat file that we need to know. Pretty much all we need to know from this is just the VLANs, their numbers, their names, and what's assigned to them and whether they're active or not. So it says there should be, S1 is what I meant to click on. It says there should be 10 VLANs configured. We can see that there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 default VLANs. So that means you can't remove these. They're just there with a switch. And then we got 5 more user configured VLANs. So that is 10 in total. Notice how all 26 ports on the switch have been assigned to one port or another. So yes, we can notice that 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 26 ports have all been assigned. So all to VLAN 1, which is not going to work well, and we will see why in a brief second. A brief second or just a second, I'm not sure. On S2 and S3, displaying verifiable VLANs have been configured and assigned to correct switch ports. So yes, F011 is connected to PC1, which is on VLAN 10. F018 is connected to PC2, which is on VLAN 20. F06 is connected to PC3, which is on VLAN 30. And if you think I'm lying, you can refer to this topology table up here. I mean, yeah, I know I'm right, but you know, if you ever doubt me, you can just go ahead and check it out yourself. So we got the show VLAN brief here. We can see that basically it has the exact same configuration as the other switch, but it still works because the PCs are connected to the same VLAN are still going to be on the same switch port. So F011 is going to be connecting to PC4, which is on VLAN 10. F018 is going to be connecting to PC5, which is on VLAN 20, and then PC6 is going to be on F06, which is going to be VLAN 30. So basically all the configuration is correct. They just like ask you to do that, I believe, just so they can verify that you know how to run like show VLAN brief and be able to identify information and stuff. But we know how to do that, so we good. Although PC1 and PC4 are on the same network, they cannot ping each other. This is because ports connecting to switches are assigned to VLAN 1 by default. In order to connect better connectivity between the PCs on same network and VLAN, trunks must be configured. So very true. If you don't have G01 and F011 assigned to a certain VLAN, I think there has to be like a management VLAN, I think is what it's called. I might be wrong on that, but I believe that is what it is. Then it can't really communicate because they can't send VLAN tagged frames over the links that don't allow VLAN tagged packets to go over. So we have to make sure that trunks are configured in order for these VLAN tagged packets to make it over to the other side and to the intended destination. So we're going to configure G01 and G02 interfaces on S1 for trunking. So let's go ahead and hop in here. Just run the usual configuration changing configuration commands. Interface range. If you're wondering why I'm doing the interface range command here, it's because I just feel too lazy to type the native VLAN for it twice. So first we gotta put it in trunk mode. It might already be in trunk mode, but you know, there's nothing wrong with doing it again. And wow, it wasn't in trunk mode? I don't think it was in trunk mode. Yeah. So we got 40 points from doing that. Is that right? 40 points? You know, I'll take it. I thought we only got 20 from that, but I'll just take my points, I guess. Switch port, trunk, native, VLAN, and then 99. Which will restore consistencies with one or both of them. Should be both actually. So if we fast forward time, yes, native VLAN mismatch. Okay, so before there wasn't a native VLAN mismatch because I believe it was configured to be VLAN 1, but now since we've configured it to be 99, it does not match up with the native VLANs that other switches have. So in order to make sure that there's a native VLAN, which remember guys from modules is basically where all the packets that no one wants goes, we're gonna have to configure the native VLANs on the other two switches to be 99 as well, on the ports that are connected to S1 respectively. Although you have a native VLAN mismatch, pings between the same PCs on the same VLAN are now successful. Why? Okay, so did I do a show run here? No, I did not. Okay, I think the reason why it went from line protocol on interface from down to up is because formerly it was an access, and access and trunks don't work together. So there basically was no way for VLAN routed packets to make it over the network. But now since we've configured S1 to be a trunk on both G01 and G02, now S2 and S3 can finally get their packets across the network, and as a result, pings will be successful. But if there's a case where it might involve the native VLAN, then things might get messy because again we don't have a consistent native VLAN configured. So with that said, let's actually try pinging again and see if it works or not. So yes, it will work. Successful. You can try for the other two VLANs, I mean, but I doubt you would find any issues. If you configured it correctly, they should be able to communicate. On S2, okay, on S2 and S3, you issue the show interface trunk command to configure that DTP has confirmed that DTP has successfully negotiated trunking with S1 on S2 and S3. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that command here. They were nice enough to give it to us. And oh wait, wrong switch. I actually don't like these annotations. So guys, if you want to get rid of these, remember you can always just get them by hovering over them. Just go to options, preferences, and then just unclick. Oh, I guess they automatically showed it. It triggers me. Yeah, I guess they just made it to be that way, or maybe they added annotations that had that. That might be another reason. Okay, shoot. Never mind, guys. But usually I'm too lazy to create this many and arrange them this way. So what I'll do is I'll just put I'll just check this, and I'll click X. But yeah, these things look different than what they put down there, so I should have known. I guess Cisco just really doesn't want you messing with their precious little perfect networks that we have to configure. So maybe if I can actually run a stupid command, that would all help us a lot. Show interface trunk. So yes, we have now made G01 a trunkable link. So let's check here. See if the same things for G02 on this one. So show interface trunk. It cut off my command, but it still keeps as 1, so you don't have to worry about that. G02 is also in trunking mode, so that is good. Which active LANs are allowed to cross the trunk? So it's the same for both. Basically 1 through 1005 are allowed to cross, which is actually not very secure. They might have us configure it. Oh no, they're just having us correct the native LAN mismatch, but you really want to make sure you only allow the ones that you create to go over it for security purposes. So we're gonna configure native LAN 99 as native LAN as appropriate interfaces for S2 and S3. I'll run this for something else later. What? Oh, if the default's 1, I guess they don't have to configure it. Okay, that makes sense. Sort of. S02 or G02, excuse me, would be the command we want to run because S3 is connected to S1 by G02. We're gonna go ahead and run the command switch port mode trunk and switch port trunk native LAN 99. I get that the switch port mode trunk was a little bit unnecessary and that we already confirmed there's a trunk link established, but never hurts to double check, you know. And port consistency will now be restored because we have finally configured a consistent native LAN, at least for this link. So moving on to this one, all we gotta do to finish this lab up is just configure terminal and then interface G01, switch port mode trunk, again just make sure, and then switch port trunk native VLAN 99, and that will give us a full score. Now as for the rest of this stuff, issue the show interface trunk command. Let's go ahead and do that. Show interface trunk. So 99, yes, that's going to be the native LAN. It gets kind of cut off, so I'll just do this. You can see here that, yes, it does line up with native LAN, so it is 99. And if we click here, do the same thing. Do show. I wonder if it does it on config if. I'm actually not sure. Trunk. Oh, that's pretty nifty. So what do does is it allows you to run enable level commands on config and config if level. So if you don't want to be like actually have to end and then type show interface trunk, you just type one less letter in a space and you get the same thing. And you have an easier time if you want to go back and configure more stuff. So yes, 99 is established as native LAN now. Okay, so issue show interface. Okay, so more stuff basically that confirms whether we confirmed, or rather more stuff to confirm that we set 99 as the correct native LAN. So do show, not do how, do show interface trunk, which is, wait, wrong command, do show interface G02 trunk, I think, switch port, my bad, wrong keyword. So what we got here, 99, yes, again native LAN. Let's go over here, show interface G01 switch port, and then we got 99 here. So yes, more confirmation that we did the lab correctly. Use the show of LAN command to describe information. Why is G01 no longer assigned to VLAN 1? Well, that's going to be because even though it doesn't show up here, G01 is already configured as a trunk link, which means it won't show up here. I think. I believe that is what it means. It's no longer assigned to VLAN 1. I guess an easier way to explain that would be that since we assigned the native LAN to be 99, and we also configure it as a trunk link, it's no longer gonna work as a access port, which means that it's no longer gonna show up here. So hopefully that is a satisfactory answer for both you and Cisco, because I am kind of unsure, but it does make a certain amount of logic to me, or sense, not logic to me, that it would be correct. So with that said, my terrible voiceovers on this video, or rather commentary on this video, see I just messed up again, is now complete. So with that said, this packet tracer lab is done, and I'll try to do another one next week if I have time, but I guess next week is going to be close to Christmas, so I should have time. I'll see. But with that said, guys, I'm Daniel Chen MLG. I can't forget my outro, and I'll see you guys in the next week. Yeah, bye.